Hey, I want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and I don't want to say she's new to the gig, but she's new to the gig. Normally she's promoting her side of the house, but stepping in and filling in for the Polk History Center. That would be Shannon Graham joining us in studio. Hey, it's good to see you.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah. So how are things over at the History Center?
They're good. We've been really gearing up for our semi-quincentennial, if you want to say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, that's a big word.
Yeah, it is.
I would hate to be tagged with that in a spelling bee.
Yeah, thank goodness for autocorrect.
Yeah.
No, so we've been having a good time getting ready and celebrating America, and yeah, it'll be really fun.
So July is always a bit of a full docket for you guys over there, and they kind of move stuff around. You know, especially the tours try and keep you from outside to keep you inside.
Yes.
So what's going on for July as far as tour wise?
So we've got our architectural tour, which is July 18th, and that's a monthly tour that we give. So we're keeping that one on the schedule. It'll be Amanda Jackson is one of our staff members. She's our visitor engagement coordinator. So she will be leading that around, kind of getting a sense of the building and things like that. And then really that's the only regular tour that we've got.
Yeah.
We do have some exhibits that are opening, that have opened that are specifically for America 250.
I have heard some stories. Tell me all about them.
Yeah, so it was a really, really exciting thing. We've got, so we're focusing for America 250, we're featuring the Florida cattle story and how that kind of relates to the broader American industry, I would say. And so what we've done is throughout the History Center, we've got one big gallery that's kind of the center of everything, right? Focuses on cow culture. And then as you go throughout the museum, you'll notice kind of smaller exhibits that tie into that main one, but we've spread them throughout. So as you walk around, you'll get kind of different facets and features of the story. So in the library, which of course I got to promote,
exactly.
we have the cattle brand book. So the clerk of courts did an amazing job. We had 2 cattle brand books, which are essentially just books, and they outline the cattle brands for the specific families in Polk County. So we had 2 of them, and the clerk of court did an amazing job. They actually got those digitized and reproduced. So we have the replica copy now, so people can go into the library and open up that book and actually flip through the history of the cattle brands in Polk County. So it's been an amazing thing. We did an opening last month, and it was just fun to see all these families in Polk County that still have such strong ties to the cattle industry, and coming together and sharing stories and being able to share that with the greater public. So,
you know, the cool thing about the cattle industry that we are unique to in the state of Florida that nobody else, some of the cattle can be traced back to Spain because that's where our cattle came from. You know how I know this? Because we promoted the upcoming cattle drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool interview, man.
Yeah, I saw there was a video on that was done, and that was really cool to see.
And they were talking about the branding and how it had to be unique.
Yep.
For the evidently rustling and cattle thieving was big back in the day.
Yes, fence cutting, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was funny when we were putting together that exhibit on like how cattle brands work.
Yeah.
Especially for the opening, it was like, well, you know, these people that are coming in, they're going to be able to tell me more about this cattle branding than I'm marketing to the wrong audience there. But it was a really cool thing to kind of come together and see the different brands and the uniqueness of the culture. So yeah, it's open for the public. Come and see it. It's great.
What else do we have going on throughout July?
So another thing, so the History Center will be open on July 4th, which is exciting. So Saturday, July 4th will be open. And I've been really encouraging people. We did a project a couple of months ago, kind of at the start of the celebration of America 250. We put together a program called One Nation, Many Stories. And what it is, it's a bunch of banners that are located on the Civic Plaza across the street from the History Center. So if you cross over to Davidson, there's a park. And in this park, there's these banners, and you can scan a QR code, and it's a virtual story kind of about the broader American history in our celebration and our birthday. So people can go and scan that QR code and view it and kind of walk around the plaza and get different facets of information. So yeah, that's a really fun exhibit. people, I don't think, realize the Civic Plaza is there. And we have a lot of signage in the Civic Plaza in addition to that virtual story that kind of denotes, okay, here's the broad timeline of America. And so if you go throughout the Civic Plaza and you do that, and then you can come inside the History Center and see, okay, I've got the broad context of what was going on in America at that time. How does Polk County's history relate to that broader history? So that's a big thing. One Nation, Many Stories. You just go up and scan the QR code and view it, and then you come inside. Another thing we've got going on, of course, is the speaker series, July 25th.
That one's yours.
Yes, that one is mine. The speaker series, we are featuring a presenter called Shannon Bennett. She's got experience with military records and things like that, and so she's going to be talking about kind of the civilian side of Revolutionary War records, which is going to be very interesting. So she'll be virtually July 25th at 10 a.m. So yeah, lots of America military-related things this month, obviously. So we're very excited.
So what's your favorite thing so far of the 250th 250 celebration? Yeah,
that's a good question.
That's within that maybe you stopped in and took a look at and said, wow, I didn't know that.
I think, well, one thing that I didn't go visit it, but I have. So the state of Florida has their 250th website, and they feature kind of different facets of Florida history through various states or various municipalities and things like that. So going on their website, which I would recommend anyone doing that, going on their website and seeing just how much history is kind of everywhere in Florida, and the uniqueness of that has been a really cool thing. And also just to see how the state has kind of come together to celebrate America 250, and how, Polk County is a part of that, and that's an amazing thing. So, kind of just the community aspect and the coming together of the celebration. And one thing too that's been really cool to see, at least in-house, is we have a lot of materials relating to the centennial, the 100th celebration, 125th celebration, bicentennial.
I was around for that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
I think I was 9.
That's so funny.
People are doing the math in their heads and going, goodness, that man is old.
Well, anyway, it's been really cool to see, regardless of which celebration, the history that we have in the History Center. So
don't ask the old guy what year it is.
Yeah, I know. I should have.
What have we learned?
No, it is cool because you can really see the programs that were started at the 200th celebration, kind of making sure that American history is really documented. Those things are still in existence today. So just kind of seeing how they've developed and evolved into what they are.
I finished off my 4 miles coming by, what is it, Fort Blunt Park? Is that what that's called? Yeah. So I'm definitely going to have to check that out today as I walk down through there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a heat. Hey, I meant to ask you, because you mentioned the speaker series. Yeah. You only promoted this month, but I know Shannon goes out on a limb, goes a month or two out. Yes. So what else is upcoming down the road for the speaker series? Yeah, so we've got some really interesting ones coming up in August, where you're going to have a presentation titled Investigative Genetic Genealogy. I know. So there is a facet of genealogy research, which I haven't really done, I don't use it in my day-to-day, but it's essentially using genealogy in crimes, for solving crimes and things like that, and tying, certain people to certain crimes based on the genealogy. So Tracy Boyle's going to come and she's going to talk about that. So I'm very excited. It's kind of not anything that we could provide in-house, obviously, but it's adjacent to the field. So another thing that we're going to be talking about, which has been kind of highly recommended, lots of questions, is genealogy and AI, of course. Yeah. With the increase of AI and the usage of that, how is that affecting genealogy research and how records are kept generally? So yeah, we've got a couple coming up. It'll be really cool. The ears perked up because you said investigating and crimes, and I was like in my head, please, 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 they're bringing Scooby-Doo. Exactly. Yeah. How'd you know? So you've seen that presentation slide deck before. No. Yeah, no, it's going to be so fun. And I think one great thing about that series is that I have kind of the ability to find things that, are unique and kind of adjacent to what we're doing, but also kind of bring new perspectives. So I'm really excited to see what kind of new things I learn from that. Well, it is always a pleasure to see you, and we'll do this again next month. Is that good with you?
Sounds good. I'll be here.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll see you when you're ready to talk about August. Come back and see me, all right?
Yes, sounds good.
Polk County has a rich history and heritage, and the Polk County History Center is continuously thinking of new ways to help the Polk residents experience that history. Located at 100 East Main Street in Bartow, History Center is open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. More information is available about exhibits, events, and anything else that you want to know about them. Check them out on the web at polkhistorycenter.org or give them a call, 863-534-4386. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.